Hi, my name's Brad and I'm a film student at Bath Spa University.
Hi, my name's Will.
Hi, I'm Kaylee.
My name's Michael Pitts. I'm a cameraman and producer. I specialise in underwater filming, although I film topside, I film on commercials, I film on sort of main BBC series, but my primary sort of source of work is really underwater.
I first got into filmmaking when I was quite young. I used to have this little camera and I'd make like little animations with like Mackie's toys and like bits of Lego and whatever.
Even in home videos, there's me 3 years old being like, no, I want to hold the camera, I don't want to be in front of it. So.
Yeah, looking back, I mean the first 2 years I had the camera, and I think for aspiring filmmakers this is one of the obstacles you're going to have, because it's not so much, you know, people can go out and in relatively speaking now, cameras have come right down in price. You could go out and buy a complete red system, top lenses. You know, you're never too old to learn. You have to adapt to the changing times. You have to embrace what's going on around you. Otherwise you just get left behind.
What inspires you to be a filmmaker?
The one short film that really inspires me is a Disney short called Paperman. It's like, it just feels so magical, and every time I watch it I just feel so inspired, so much so that I got a paper plane tattooed behind my ear.
You know, I was a skilled diver, I had that. I love taking images underwater, I love taking movies underwater, shooting Super 8, and I had all these films I'd made, well, short films. And it was the next step on, but now things are slightly different, because then it was like such a small world of filmmakers, and it is still relatively is really, certainly on the underwater side, but then it was just a few cameramen that were actually doing what I wanted to do. And when I started out, it was also unionized. There was a union, the ACTT, the Association of Cinematographic Television Technicians, and to get into that union, it was like getting into the acting. It was very, very difficult to get into it.
Given that technology has improved significantly and has become more accessible, however the industry is more competitive, does this make it harder or easier to get into the film industry?
Both really, because you have an abundance of people that now have access to camera gear, and you know, smartphones have cameras in them nowadays, so everybody is able to be a filmmaker, but I guess it's harder to break into the market because there's such an abundance of people.
As you know, you've got YouTube at the moment, so people like Raka, they've made their own living out of just making short films and just posting on YouTube. And I don't think that has to be so much of a motivation to make money out of it. I think a lot of people do it just for fun, but I definitely do think people, well, it's easier to make films in this day and age.
I was once told by a cameraman, Rick Rosenthal, a cameraman, who said to me, he said, Michael, there are so many talented people out there. He said the biggest stumbling block for most people is the cost of the equipment. Thank God. A few people are getting more work, a lot more work, and a lot of people are still not getting the work. I actually think it's harder now because more people are chasing what's out there, but I could be wrong, but there are other avenues, and never forget that. It's not just about mainstream. You'll get there in the end if you really want to, if you're passionate enough about it.